Indeed, greetings unto you, my beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me on another video today. I really appreciate your presence. If you enjoy what it is I'm doing here, consider liking the video, consider subscribing, and do leave a comment. I try and answer every single one of them. Let's go live. Whew. It's a good day, wonderful day. So, to those of you tuning in for the first time, I want to do these streams for the whole year, and I'm uploading them to YouTube as well, so that they will be available if one of my friends can't catch them live, so they can catch them actually on the actual YouTube. And it's been very surrealistic. We've been having chats about the positive things in the world. We've been trying to make a difference. We've been trying to actually change the world. Like, literally, that is my ultimate goal, is to change this world. For the best, for the better. I feel like it's very easy to get distracted. It is easy to get distracted, and it's easy to let yourself fall into those negative ruts that we kind of find ourselves in sometimes. So I'm going to roll myself a joint, but before I do, I want to show you this. Look at that. It's such a nice looking bud. Very, very beautiful. But alas, it has to be broken apart. It's a shame, but it's necessary. Can't stay pristine forever. It's so hot again today. Hey Katie, good morning to you as well, my friend. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope it's not as cold today in America. I hope that you're surviving. Hey Naomi, thank you for joining me as well. That is a beautiful bud, isn't it? Isn't it? Like, I opened my bag and this little one was just like staring at me, and I knew this was the one that I had to get. So I did. So I also believe that, well, I guess it's a little bit of not pseudoscience, just pseudo in general, that I believe that depending on how beautiful the bud is, it's also going to determine the feeling you get from it. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Hey Disney Mom. I appreciate you being here, my friend. You were here this morning as well. The chosen one, exactly. It was the chosen one. It was the one that was necessary for today's stream. Yesterday's joint, so some of you might know I used this little glass Garrick. So I reuse it every single day. Kind of helps with not throwing away stuff onto nature and stuff like that. But it's still paper at the end of the day, so it's not that bad. But the glass Garrick is kind of nice, so I cleaned it today. But I also had to take off like literally half of my joint. So pull it off of the little Garrick, because I didn't even smoke half a joint the whole of yesterday. And I was kind of surprised. Not upset about it or anything. Just feels like my tolerance is getting lower and lower. Smoking less and less. Cheers from New York. Hey Wacky. Thank you, friend. Thank you for sending your vibrations from New York, friend. I really appreciate it. And thank you for being here with us. It's day 49. Day 49. Almost 50 days in. It's been surrealistic. I've learned so much, but I feel like I've almost stopped. No, that's not true. That's just me tripping myself out, thinking things that aren't actually real. I feel like I want to grow faster than I actually am, and maybe that's an unhealthy. Can't even speak. Maybe that's an unhealthy way to look at growth. Because you can't exactly rush growth. Like, especially since I grow plants, I should know that you can't rush growth. But yet, here I am, still feeling impatient about growth. And more personal development as well. I feel like I'm trying to be my best self. And trying to be what I'm supposed to be for this world. And I feel like I'm not doing enough. And I've said this so many times on stream, and I'll probably keep saying it for the rest of my life, because I want to do so much more. I want to do so much more, but all in time, all in time. I think patience is something that we are definitely put on this planet, I should say, rather, to learn. Patience it's so important, and it's so taken for granted. Like oh yeah, just be patient, but I feel like it's literally a life lesson. It's literally a life lesson, and I I feel like I want to tell you a little bit about what happened in China today, actually. And like I'm thinking about it now from a place of patience, because China. So I've always been an impatient person, unfortunately. My whole life I've been very impatient. I want things to happen now. Things have to happen right now. No waiting, no postponing. If you want it done, do it right now. And in ways, it's been good for me and good for the life I've been living and what I want to do in this life. But in other ways, it's definitely not been good for me. So I feel like my China journey kind of forced me into learning real patience. So before I tell the story, I just want to read some more of your comments. Hey Lane, thank you for being here, my friend. Do you play Minecraft? Not so much, friend. I played Minecraft on mobile back in the day, but not so much on PC. Good morning from Toronto. Good morning to you as well, my friend. Thank you for being here. I prefer to vape my weed rather than smoke. I would like to vape my weed as well, friend. But for now, I don't have a vaporizer, but I do have rolling papers. So we make our own little sacrifices, right? There we go. Growth is like the rings of trees. It is. It really is, friend. It does take time. You are exactly where you need to be. I know, Katie. Thank you, friends. Thank you for reassuring me as well. Sometimes I think it's enough just to be how you are, where you are. I agree with you as well, friend. And that's the problem of the duality that I find within myself. Because I agree and I understand that I need to sometimes just be okay with where I am right now. And then I still have that little voice in the back of my head, like trying to push me forward. Roll that up, my friend. It's being rolled up right now. Got any Afrikaans wisdom to share? Ik weet niet, my friend. Maybe a little bit later, if it comes back to me. There we go. So, yeah, like I wanna finish quickly the comments and then I wanna tell this story. I'm super impatient at times. I totally understand. At least Lane understands. I think it's also kind of a symptom of being young, Lane. Me and you are very young, so I think it is part of it. Indeed, sir, indeed. What's going on, man? I'm feeling good, friend. I'm feeling impatient as well. Aloha, Brenda. Thank you for being here, my friend. Hello, good friend from the mountains of North Carolina. There we go, merman. Thank you, friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. So, like, I want to tell you about China. And, like, I don't know exactly where to start. So, I think I'll just kind of start by telling you I was already in China. And I was working for this employer. And I met this Russian friend. Where did I meet him? At the gym. I actually met him at the gym. And me and him exchanged WeChat. So that's kind of like the WhatsApp or the communication software that we were using there. We exchanged our WeChat and we started talking together. And we like planned to go out together. And like a good friendship formed and we kind of understood each other. And one day he comes over to my place where we're having chats and the money topic comes up. And he asks me, how much do I earn? And I tell him straight up how much I earn. So I earned 9,000 RMB per month. And he was like, oh, you don't have to like hide how much you earn, dude. You can actually tell me how much you earn. And I was instantly confused, and I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about, you know? And he's like, nah, dude, like, I'm not gonna try to steal your money or anything. And I'm like, nah, dude, I'm being serious. That's exactly how much I earn. And he is Russian, and subjectively, his English was worse than mine. Like, I'm not judging, obviously. I'm just stating a fact and trying to give you some context. So, like, your salary is kind of determined based on your accent in a lot of English, like, training centers as well. So if you have a good English accent and you're fluent and you can pronounce the words the way they're supposed to be pronounced, you earn more. And that's exactly why he was confused about my salary. Because he as well said that my English is a lot better than his. So I was like, no, I'm being serious. And then I asked him, how much do you earn? And he's like, oh no, I earn 12,000 RMB a month. So that is a quite significant pay bump. And upon hearing this, I was instantly kind of confused, and I was like, wait a second, why is my school paying me that much less than I'm supposed to be being paid? And instantly, like, that impatience in me kind of like sparked up, and I was just cross. I was like, what is this bullshit? So I kind of had a chat with my colleagues about it. They knew about it as well. So we went to our employer and we talked to him about the situation. And he was like, oh no, if you want to get a pay raise, you have to work for me for an entire year. And I'm a very stubborn person, and like, injustice is not something that I tolerate. So I kind of got just like, no, what's the word? Like that fuck it vibe, you know? that vibe, you know the vibe I'm talking about. So I instantly started looking for a new job, and basically that impatience in me, or at least the impatience that I had to learn, was impatience in that circumstance and in that situation, and how I was feeling in that space. And because of my impatience, I'd made the decision to find a new job, which I did. And this was like, we had this chat in December, and kind of like the final straw for me was the fact that he was giving out like bonuses, like Christmas bonuses to some of the employees, but not to everyone. And then at the end of December, he underpaid me as well. So I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm gonna find myself a new job. And I did. Let me just scroll down a little bit. I don't want to miss your comments, friends. And I'll get to them as well, I promise. So basically, continued on finding this new job. Like, started talking to this woman, got the new job, and we started planning for me to like go to this new job in Shanghai. And during this whole thing, I made sure to tell my boss that I was no longer going to work for him, and he was like okay with it, and he like helped me sign papers telling me, or basically stating that I owe him nothing and he owes me nothing, and that we're on equal grounds, and that we're going out of this relationship, this business relationship, on like good terms and whatever. So yeah, so in my mind I'm like, away, things are stonked, I'm fine, I can go and find this new job. So I moved to Shanghai. I started working at this new training center. I basically moved to Shanghai on the 5th of January, and on the 20th of January it was Dragon Boat Festival. So this is in 2020. Dragon Boat Festival is like a festival where everyone has off, so no kids, no school, no nothing. And basically I go to my apartment and I'm like chilling for the Dragon Boat Festival. So in the middle of Dragon Boat Festival, coronavirus becomes a thing. So entire country goes into lockdown, and it's like, it's ultra chaos. It's so brutal. And like, we expected it to blow over quicker than it did. And during all of this, I know that my residency permit expires in April. So that means I can stay legally in the country until April. So the epidemic starts, lockdown, there's no school, I don't get paid a salary. Yeah, it was kind of brutal, and like it actually edges closer and closer to the 16th of April when my residency permit was about to expire. So eventually it does expire, but fortunately the government implemented this blanket statement of all foreigners who has expiring visas are automatically going to get a 2-month extra extension on their visas. So they don't have to worry about going into crowded spaces during the middle of an epidemic, yada yada yada, and they get to stay in the country for a little bit longer until they have the opportunity to leave because there were no flights available. So I was like, oh, okay, this is fine. I have 2 extra months, yada yada yada. So June rolls around, and is it June? No. Yeah. So May finishes up. June rolls around, and the schools open up again in June. Was it in June? I think it was in June. Yeah, opens up in June. So in June, my employer, who I was working for, moves me to another city to go work for another training center. And I had no choice in this whatsoever. She just, and this is like on top of her not paying me for the past 4 months as well. And she just sends me to this random training center. Like, she sends me a message. Someone is going to come pick you up. You're going to work for my brother, she says. And I've been practicing patience. So in my patient impatience, if that makes any sense, I ended up agreeing, and I went to this other city. While I was working in this city, so when you move to a new city, you have to kind of register and tell them that you're in that city. Like, no matter where you go, it's kind of brutal. So I went and I registered that I'm in the city by the police station. And I'm teaching a class, and suddenly there's like 3 men with police outfits walking into my classroom. And they have a camera on me, and they're filming me, and they're like asking me, where is my passport? And where is this, and where is that, and where is my contract for the school? And instantly, I'm like stressing balls. They take me on my arm, and they like escort me down the stairs. They put me in a police car, and they drive me off to a police station, and I get interrogated. They like take my shoes, they take my watch, they take my hairband, they take my phone, they take my passport, and they put it in like a lockbox. And I'm getting like interrogated, and it was the most stress I've ever been under in my entire life. It was absolutely terrifying. And basically, they tell me in that space that I've been residing in China illegally for the past 6 months. Because when I stopped working for my first employer, he, without telling me, cancelled my residency permit on the system, but I still had like the paperwork in my passport. So in my mind, I was staying legally in China, but in the mind of China, the mind of the government, I was an illegal alien, as they called me. And I was like, oh, this is news. So basically, they put me on house arrest. They have people stationed outside. I'm not allowed to leave my apartment. It was brutal. Like, fortunately, one of my friends bought me The Witcher 3, so I sank like 120 hours into that game, and it was the only thing that kind of gave me some sanity, or gave me just an escape for my sanity to stay with me. But again, patience. And on top of all of this, now I know that I'm illegally residing in China, and there's no flights available. I can't leave the country even if I wanted to. And it's like this anxiety was just building up in me. And all I could do was be patient. Literally, the only thing I could do was be patient. So I was patient. And eventually they told me, like, after the months of house arrest, that they'll have a conclusion of what is going to happen to me. And fortunately, all I had to do was pay a fine. But it was a 15,000 RMB fine, which is about like $2,500. And this is on top of me not getting paid as well for the past like 6 months up to that point. So I was being patient, waiting for my outstanding salary to get paid, and I was being patient, waiting for my appeal, and I was being patient, waiting for something to happen, and I was being patient, being stuck inside of my apartment. So after this whole thing, basically they tell me I have to pay this fine and I have to get out of the city. So I go back to Shanghai, and they make me work again for this for the training center I was working for before I went to this other city. And then I have like this whole extra layer of anxiety on top of me, of them like forcing me to work, just so that I have a place to live, basically. Still not paying me, still owing me. So like they never paid me at the end of the day. They owe me like 67,000 RMB, so about 10K, $10,000. They never paid me, and it really hurt me. And I realized like it doesn't matter to me anymore, because money isn't everything, and I'm just so grateful to be safe and sound back in South Africa. But during all of this, and me knowing they're still owing me this amount of money, I'm still working for them, and I'm still being patient, believing that eventually they'll pay me. So, and on top of all of this, I have to get like a temporary visa so that I can be staying in the country, and so that I can actually leave. So like I'm just tripping out, getting some like slight PTSD flashbacks, just thinking back on all of this shit. And during this whole thing, I had to go again to the police station, register that I was in Shanghai. Then I had to apply for a temporary visa. So I go for the first week because I only had like 2 days off. And so I could only go in those 2 days to go and get this stuff done. First week I go, no, you're missing this thing. So I'm like, okay, I get the thing. Next week I go again. No, you can't, you're missing this other thing. So I get both of the things that I was missing. Third week I go in, they look at all of my paperwork, they're like, oh, actually, we can't help you in Shanghai because your residency permit was issued in Yangzhou province. So you have to go back to Yangzhou province in order to get this done. So I go back all the way to the training center where I got arrested in, and to get my temporary visa. And without a temporary visa, you're also not allowed to board a flight. So I knew I had to get this. So I did. And it was absolutely fear-inducing and terrifying, because I had to get on the like public trains, and like I was so paranoid. Like every single time I heard a police siren, or I saw someone with like badges and stuff, like my heart rate spiked, and I just got so stressed. And yeah, basically with patience, eventually I found a flight on the 26th. So actually, first things first, I basically get on a short list, like a repatriate flight, to fly on the 23rd of August. My temporary visa expires the 1st of September. And if you stay past your temporary visa date, then it's another felony. And since I was already convicted of a felony, or so, like, you know, I had to pay a fine for the wrongdoings I was doing, they told me that if I got arrested again, it's going to be jail time. And me spending time in a Chinese jail, that was terrifying. I couldn't imagine that happening. So I didn't want to imagine that happening. So I basically just pushed through with patience and with persistence of like wanting to survive this situation. Got on a short list for a flight on the 23rd of August, and then on the 20th of August they canceled the flight. And already this flight was a flight for, I think, 7,000 RMB. So about double the price that the flights were when I came to China. And I was like, okay, this is terrifying. I have 10 days to get another flight and to get out of the country. Fortunately, I got another flight on the 26th of August, but for 12,000 RMB. So about $2,500? $2,000? an expensive ticket, to say the least, a very expensive ticket, like first class ticket for not first class seats. And fortunately, I got out of the country. I've still not been paid, but like China was such an important lesson in patience in my life. So I feel like I understand what being patient is, and I realize that I need to learn what patience is for me. But it's difficult. It really is difficult, friends. Yo, let me see those teeth. You're probably gone by now, friend. But I am a vampire, yes. Yes, yes. Thank you for the silver, Javon. I really appreciate it. Is it Javon? I think so. Jabot, however. Hey, Ontario. Hey, Ontario? How much is that in US dollars? Yeah, it's like $1,300 approximately. Hello, friend. Good morning. Good to see you, Meltmore. Good to see you as well, Dan. So, yeah, I'm not going to say so much. Like, Dan actually sent me one of his tracks recently, and it's called Sad. And I've been listening to it quite a few times, friend. Like a lot of times. I've listened to it maybe like 6, maybe 7 times. And I'll probably listen to it again. I like listening to it while I'm editing. Damn, I thought it was set up. But I was wrong. Yeah, friend. Usually we are. Yes, my favorite vibe. The fucking vibe. So you know at least, Lane. You do know. Give him a Christmas bonus. A punch to the throat. Yeah. You're talking about you. Comments can wait. Yeah, like I didn't want to talk about me and want you to wait with the comments, but I'm still going to read all of them. I just wanted to share this story with you, and I feel it isn't a very important and like life-changing story, at least for me, and the stuff I went through and the stuff I had to experience to be where I am right now. As you know, I said fuck it to that lowball promotion I was offered. Know your worth. Yeah, so basically, to give you some more context, I hope you don't mind me sharing. They offered Dan a promotion, but they expected him to work even longer hours, and like him being a creative person, he makes music, that wasn't really something that he wanted in his life. And they also don't treat him as well as they're supposed to. I lived in China too. I hated the performance bonus incentives, which were usually subjectively based, honestly. Yeah, those were pretty brutal, my friend. Thank you for giving me your money, Lane. I appreciate it, my friend. I left Shanghai 1 week before coronavirus started the shutdowns. You're very, very fortunate, my friend. Very, very fortunate. I'm very happy that you got out before the lockdowns, because I spent 4 months. Was it 4 months? Yeah, basically I spent 4 months, between 4 and 5 months, in complete isolation. Completely alone, not having a single person to talk to. And being the person that I am, kind of messed me up a little bit. What's up, Dan and Lane? Just got done sweeping the snow of my car. Jovan, all of the snow, my friend. I'm happy that you're doing the things that need to be done, though. Are you going to go somewhere in your car? Hey, Yerbear. Thank you for being here, my friend. It goes, lol. Majorly threw off my... majorly threw off my sleep schedule. Yeah, like, especially since you have, like, you're working night shift, right? So it must be pretty brutal for you if you can't, like, follow your sleeping schedule. Yeah, you have to register with the police. It's hectic, dude. Like, it was really hectic. I never realized how bad things are there, actually. Can your old employer be held responsible for that? No. No, not really. And that's exactly why they're doing the things that they're doing, because they're like, oh, you're a stupid foreigner. You're here on our whim. So they just kind of cucked me, unfortunately. That sounds terrifying. It was terrifying, my friend, but I'm alive, I'm well, I'm safe. So I have a lot to be grateful for. Melt more, melt more. He is the man. Give me more, give me more. he makes our day better. Thank you, friend. You're really flattering me. I hope that you're well, my friend. Thank you for the glow up, Dan. Are you the guy with the pet monkey on the trampoline? No. No pet monkeys, and we also don't even have a trampoline. Thank you for the silver sad foundation. I've never seen you say anything. You always just give silver, friend. You want to talk to me a little bit? I can only imagine the relief when your plane took off. I have a story about that as well, dude. So, it was kind of hectic. I had to take a train, or take a flight actually. I wanted to take a train, but it was like a 10-hour train ride. So I took a flight to this little bit of an island area. Not island area, like this coastal small city. And then I flew from there to South Africa. So my first flight goes off without a hitch. Get on the plane, get where I'm supposed to be. We meet up with other South Africans also on a repatriate flight. So it was very social. It was amazing. Like, it was exactly what I needed. And we basically wait for our flight to arrive, or for the flight to fly. I don't know how to say it. Why can't I English right now? And it was like a 6-hour wait or something like that. So eventually we go to our terminals, we book in our bags, and we go to like the area where we're supposed to wait for our flight to arrive. And the first thing that happens is our flight is 2 hours late. So we're like already like stressing. Every single one of us are like stressing about the situation. Why is this happening? Why is the flight 2 hours late? Yada yada yada. Nobody speaks English. Nobody can tell us anything. So we're all stressing about that as well. And eventually we see this door open, and we're like, oh, our plane is here, we can go. And we walk down like those little stair thingies, and there's a bus. And we're like, okay, we're gonna be taken to wherever we're going on this bus. And we get on this bus, and we're driving, and like, I'm not even joking, we're driving in that bus for like 30 minutes, my friend. It felt like they were going to take us to a field and shoot us. And that's exactly what I thought. Like, I was thinking about that, and I was like, they got us to pay for plane tickets, and now they're going to execute us or something. And I'm so sorry to be saying this on the stream. It's not exactly the positive vibe that I want to bring, but that is the thoughts that was going through my mind. And we're driving, and we're driving, and we're driving, and it feels like we're driving forever. And eventually, we stop at our plane, and I'm like, okay, things are fine, things are actually happening. I get on the plane, we go and sit down, and again, the plane is delayed for an additional 3 hours, my friend. Like, we're literally sitting in the plane, waiting for 3 hours because something was wrong with the cabin door or something like that. Hectic, dude. So hectic, bro. I was just stressing, dude, like constant stress for as long as I could remember. And then eventually when that plane took off, dude, when the plane landed, I was just crying, dude. When I saw my mother again for the first time, it felt so surrealistic, dude. I couldn't believe it. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy and so grateful. So happy to be safe. Thank you for the gold, my friend. I appreciate it. Crazy story, man. Yeah, it's a little bit of a crazy one. Like, there's a lot more to it, but like I'm gonna just share as much as I did. It's called Pain, but same idea. Glad you like it. I really do like it, my friend. I really do like it, and I look forward to hearing more from you, man. I do look forward. Like, Lane actually also wants to share some of his music soon, and I told him to post a link to his music on the r/Meltmore subreddit, and I want you to do the same, Dan. If you're making music that you want to like make public, please feel free, friends. Like, I want us to be able to share. It's not self-promotion, it is creating. Like, think about it that way, because that's the thing that Lane was like worried about. You're not self-promoting, you're sharing the stuff that you're creating. And I believe that we here as a friend group want to support each other. I hope that we can support each other. So please feel free, my friends. Where are you from, bro? South Africa, my friend. I have patience with others, but less so with myself. Yeah. kind of, I kind of suffer from the same fate, my friend. So glad you made it through that Chinese experience. How's the weed scene there? Actually, I completely took off, my friend. I went like cold turkey for a year and 4 months during my time in China. I was like, no weed, because I heard, and this is true as well, that if you're caught selling, they execute you. So I was not about to, one, put myself in a position where I get someone executed, or put myself in the position of getting executed. So I was just like, no, none of that. And I took off for a year and 4 months, and I'm happy to have it back. What type of music you make, Dan? I'm a funk bass player. Yeah, Dan is also like a low bass artist. I think that's the way you say it, right, Dan? Do correct me if I'm wrong. It's still snowing here in Philly, so I'm gonna be out there soon clearing off my car. It sounds mildly brutal, but I'm sure you'll manage, my friend. Hey, I gotta get ready for my classes. Peace out, everyone. Peace out, my friend. Thank you for being here for as long as you were. You know, if you want to catch the rest of the stream, it is available on YouTube. And someone says peace and love. Why do I always imagine your shirt? My shirt? This shirt that I'm wearing right now? I'm not sure. I'm not sure this shirt exactly screams peace and love. Peace and love is like a state of mind, friend. Something that we have to pursue, in my opinion. Something that we're so capable of, but we neglect. Man, I have to eventually light this, so I think I'll light it right now. And because of you, my friend, that's going to be my intent for today. Peace and love. Peace and love to every single one of you. Peace and love to the world. Peace and love to myself. Peace and love taste good, yo. Wait, where were you stuck at? I was stuck in China, my friend. I was stuck in China for a few months. But I'm not anymore. I'm safe and sound, and I'm very grateful to be. Did your fam back home know what was going on meanwhile? No. No. I did not share any of it with them because I knew they would just stress so much about me. And the last thing that I ever want to do is take peace of mind and... what's the other word I'm looking for? Peace of mind is a good word, but... like, I'm looking for a very specific word, and I feel like it's somewhere there. Calm? I think just calm. I didn't want to take calm from my parents. They were also in the middle of an epidemic. I wanted to like keep them safe, keep them healthy, keep them not worrying about me. So I didn't tell them any of it. And I think if I had the chance to take it back, I still would probably not tell them. I think it was for the best that I didn't, because look at it. Everything turned out fine. And I'm very grateful that they didn't have to worry about it. I told them everything when I came back and kind of raised some eyebrows, but fortunately they didn't have to know about it. What's up, Melt? Hope your day has been chill so far. Hey, Matthias. How are you, my friend? Did you end up streaming yesterday? I asked you to send me a direct message when you start streaming, but I'm not sure if you ever did. I think I'm gonna go out and get some squirrels for supper tonight. You and your Bowie knife, huh? Gare Bear? Gare Bear tells me like he's chilling outside. Or he's gonna go outside and chill, pun intended, and he wants his 9mm on him, and he only has his Bowie knife because there's like mountain lions or something in his area. And I was like, nah, Gare Bear's got this. Just the Bowie knife is gonna be completely enough. Be grateful you can smoke in such great weather. In Scotland, I have to stare at the grey sky and rain. It's just not the same. My friend, my friend, that is just another experience, right? In this infinitely beautiful universe that we live in. That is another experience that needs to be experienced, needs to be felt, needs to be tasted. So be grateful that you have the luxury of seeing the gray skies, of forming an emotional reaction to the gray skies and the rain. Like, see it for what it is, friend. Apparently in Ireland or Scotland, it's close enough to each other. You have beautiful landscapes though, so like it's definitely a country I would like to come and visit at one point. Yeah, the genre is called bass music. Heavy low end beats. Yee, yee. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for correcting me, my friend. Light it up. It's being lit. Thank you for encouraging me, Matthias. Today's intent is peace and love. And this joint is really treating me well. I also have some different rolling papers that I've been using for the last 60 joints. And it feels good. As I say. Man, it's kicking my ass. I'm sorry I talked smack, joint. Just keep calm and everything will be alright. Yeah, it's true, my friend. It is so true. Everything will be alright as well. Like, our minds have this capacity to kind of plan for the worst. Like, we plan for the worst so that if the worst doesn't happen, if anything less than the worst doesn't happen or happens, we're prepared, right? But the problem with that is that we're also still living in a reality inside of our minds where things are absolutely horrible sometimes. And it's like it's a very surrealistic thing because it's something we have power over, and yet it's still something that we can kind of convince ourselves of. But I've realized in myself the capacity to live behind that state of mind and to almost self-correct. As soon as I see myself thinking about these things, I like try and like do a complete 360 on it, or a 180 I guess would be the right word. Otherwise it's just back where it started. Do a complete 180 and change that negative or like worst scenario planning type of mindset into what's the best thing that could possibly happen, and how would that best thing that happens make me feel. And in like actively doing that for myself and to myself, I feel like I've had a lot more capacity to deal with the negative emotions, as they might call them. But hopefully today I can. I couldn't, my Wi-Fi was weird with the weather we're having over here. Okay. So I did remember, friend, and I'm happy that you're going to try again today. I do not know if I'll be able to tune in today though, because me and my friends are doing our podcast. But definitely next time then, my friend. Thank you for the tree hug, Naomi. Smoking alongside with you, sending positive vibes. I'm sending you positive vibes as well, Matthias. Like you're probably nice and inside, smoking some J's. Like you're probably going outside to smoking the J's, but you're nice and cozy, I hope, and having a really good day. Damn, coughing up a lung. Yeah, I think it's only the second time I've coughed on stream, like from smoking. I feel like it's only been the second time, so it's definitely a rare occurrence. It just stopped snowing here. It's cold, but it's very pretty. I'm happy that you're seeing the beauty in your world, my friend. There is so much beauty. Oh, it's kicking my ass again. This bud is powerful. If you were here for the start of the stream, I showed the bud. It is I'm smoking right now, and it was a pristine little one. Absolutely gorgeous. Woo. I love cereal. Cereal is bad for you, my friend. I hate to tell you the thing you love is not good, but it's like sugar and then milk, which also has lactose and a bunch of other enzymes that kind of create like phlegm in your throat. And I'm not opposed to dairy. I'm just opposed to sugar with dairy, because sugar kind of creates inflammation in your body, and if you add that inflammation to phlegm being produced, it's not like a good place for your body to be in. And it's terrifying, because I love cereal as well, my friend. Don't get me wrong. Like I can like I'm one of those people that, you know, eats a bowl of cereal, tops up the milk with cereal, eats the cereal, and then like that last bit of milk, I add some milk to that, and then add some more cereal again, because I have a problem with cereal. So like I'm not saying don't ever eat cereal again, and I'll eat cereal again as well, but like with moderation, my friend, not as a morning meal every single day. I hope that I'm not preaching, but I do think it's important. What's your favorite cereal and what's your favorite mouth? Okay, so my favorite cereal is discontinued, actually. It was this thing called Squirrelos, and it was only found in South Africa. And it was these, man, it's hard to describe, like almost wheat biscuits, but like very flaky, very like, and if it got some milk on it, it became like kind of soft. And then in the side of that little wheat biscuit, and it was like a little pillow. Inside of it, there was like some chocolate. That stuff was super good. Like, that's the stuff, I would literally eat a box in a sitting. I would just keep going. Like, okay, oh no, I have some milk left. Guess I have to add cereal. Oh no, too much cereal. Guess I have to add some more milk. Until I finish the whole box. I wish they didn't discontinue it, but it is what it is. Maybe it was the best. Maybe they knew I was gonna kill myself with those things if they didn't discontinue it. I live right next to Loch Lomond home of the Loch Ness Monster. We have absolutely beautiful scenery and wouldn't wish to stay anywhere else, but living in Scotland is like a mental game. The weather decides the mood of the day. Ooh, okay, so like there's a little bit of fact to what you're saying right now, because getting at least 10 minutes of sunlight is like a mood stabilizer, basically. It like literally helps you stabilize your own mood. Vitamin D is also an essential chemical in our bodies, so I do understand what you mean, my friend, but what can I say? What can I say? Maybe get yourself a red light. Get yourself a red light, and make sure you take some vitamin D supplements when it's not sunny days. That's Jay. Yes, friend. Yes, it is. Man, I need this life, friend. Yeah, we have this life, literally. Like this is just one moment in life. We still have so much left to do, friend. So much left to grow, so much left to experience. Just imagine where we're gonna go, my friend. What we're gonna see. The people that we're going to have chats with. The relationships we're going to form. The things we're going to learn about ourselves. And how much capacity we have to give, friend. Like, we have this life, and it's an absolutely amazing one. Smoke is bad too. Yeah, you see, like I know, friend. I know, but at least I have a better control over the sugar than I have over the smoking right now. So, I guess moderation again, and I'm not smoking all day, every day. I'm just smoking once a day, or maybe twice a day, and then only one joint a day. Sometimes less than. So, like the smoking is in moderation. I drink water, I don't drink sodas. I eat keto, so almost no carbs. I don't even eat fruit. And that's the thing that's the hardest right now. Man, I wish I could eat fruit. I love pineapple. Pineapple, strawberries, kiwis, mango. I can just go for it as well. Maybe, like that's the one thing as well. So I feel like I had to also conquer gluttony at one point in my life because I was a very fat kid. Like, I weighed 102 kilograms when I was 16 years old, 15 years old. I was a chonker. I have stretch marks and stuff still, but like, gluttony was a big problem. And like, if I have 6 mangoes, I'll eat 6 mangoes. Like, that wasn't a problem for me. And ever since I went keto, it kind of gave me a lot more satiety and made me form a much better relationship with food, where I was weighing out my calories and just feeding myself for the actual food and to give myself the energy that I need instead of compulsively eating. And like, I was eating as well because it was a stress response, depression, whatever you want to call it, sadness, the big sad. So like, it was something I was trying to medicate with the external world. And I realized that the only person that's going to go and help me with that is going to be myself. And I started respecting myself by exercising more, eating better, just forming better patterns in my head with the things that I was thinking, with the thoughts that I had. Instead of, what is the point of this life? I want to die. It was, man, there's so much point to this life. I want to live. And that's basically the switch I allowed myself to make with like self-respect and self-love. I actually realized that I had to love myself. I had to take care of myself. I had to say the right things to myself. And I'm still learning that lesson every single day. I think we all are. We definitely all are. Oh. I love you all so much. I hope you know that. Cocoa Pebbles or Puffs or Honey Nut Cheerios? Thank you for asking. Yeah, cereal is good. I'm also actually a big Cheerios fan. Honey Nut Cheerios are pretty stonks. I've always lived like that, preparing for the worst, but no outcome could be disappointing. In turn, it became a life of self-sabotage. In so many ways, you have to train to keep from entertaining those thoughts. Yep. It's like mental gymnastics, friend. It's a very funny way to say it. It's like mental gymnastics that you're doing constantly. You're like overcoming these hurdles, breaking these barriers with yourself. And sometimes you're really good at manipulating yourself as well. You can really manipulate yourself, like better than anyone ever could. I like a Patty Meltmore. A patty? I like a Patty Meltmore? I'm not sure exactly what you mean, merman. Oatmeal, that's the good stuff. Have you had oatmeal cookies, Dan? My mom makes the most amazing oatmeal cookies, dude. Like, good stuff. Like, like I can't. Like, one of the reasons I was a fat kid. My mom is like a baker, so there was always actual baked goods in the house. Always. Like, it's never stopped. Like, and it's hard. It's like these constant temptations. You know, you smell the cookies baking in the house. Like, listen to what it is I'm complaining about. I love my mother so much. I love her so much. She's been detrimental, absolutely essential to the person that I am today. If it wasn't for her, I couldn't even imagine the shell of a man I'd be. Apples and oatmeal, yum, sounds pretty good. Meltmore, this is your mother. I need you to come home and clean up your bedroom. My mom is probably a shout away, friend. If I shout hard enough, she'll come. So she would have shouted that to me. Pineapple is so good. My favorite fruit by far. Yeah, it's probably mine as well, Dan. Probably mine as well. It's... you know what I like the most about the pineapple? And this might be controversial. It's actually the centerpiece, dude. It's not as sweet. It has a very specific texture. I really enjoy it. Back to kiwis. I just packed one for my lunch. Maybe I should share the kiwi picture I did on the subreddit. Yes, please. So Naomi actually painted a kiwi. And yeah, please feel free. I don't know. Gare Bear is probably not here anymore, but Gare Bear also actually paints. So I hope that he shares some of his stuff as well. I call it filling the void with mangoes. Yeah, filling the void with mangoes, dude. That's hilarious. I really like that. So I'm asking to all of you, do you believe that the color of the food that you eat affects the feeling that you get from it? So like green kiwis gives you like feelings of like the heart and like love and like, you know, that positive energy. And then mango is like orange, so it can be associated with the sacral, so like sexual energy and creative energy. So that's why you're eating it. And then pineapple is like yellow, so you know, your solar plexus, where your energy comes from, and that's why you eat it and that's why you enjoy it. And then blueberries is like, you know, third eye level stuff. Like, am I you know, not making any sense? Am I talking nonsense? Like, do you believe any of this? Please, I'm really curious actually. I definitely stress eat and self soothe with food. It's something I'm actually working on. Food is fuel for the body. Exactly. You're so right, Naomi. Like, it definitely is fuel for the body. And when you start respecting food as like fuel for your body, and you actually understand the saying, you are what you eat, you kind of gain respect for food. And when you gain respect for food, food respects you back. It gives you the energy that you need, and you feel good. You are energized. You're positive because you have the right fuel to power yourself. I am alien. Change my mind. You probably are, friend. We're probably all alien. Have you stopped to think about what's going on, dude? There's just thousands of other creatures, even the plants, just chilling, dude, living as well. And you don't exist without them. It's some weird stuff, dude. Life is profound. Life is really profound. It's absolutely beautiful. Maybe we are alien. Maybe all of this is alien to this universe, dude. Thank you for the heartwarming, Dan. Hello, dude. Hello to you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Love you too, Melbourne. I love you, Dan. It's pronounced Lock. Lomond. Oh, okay. But just your accent, and I love it. And it's been great tuning in with your positive vibes. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your positive vibes as well. I just had a blueberry muffin. I haven't had a blueberry muffin in 3 years, I think. I would actually like one again. Are we triggering you, Lamau? Triggering me? No, friend. Why would you? Oatmeal cookies are dangerously good. Yeah. They are dangerously good, Dan. You're very right. Because they're so flaky, but they're like toasted, and they're so, you know, savory, I think is the right word. Please share your paintings. I think we should all share our paintings. I'll share some of mine as well. Like, I have a work in progress that I'll share. Do I want to share the work in progress? Maybe I should just finish it, like, quickly, and then post it. But I'll share some of the older stuff that I've done. They don't have patty melt down your way. It's a burger with the bread and cheese upside down. Good stoner food. The bread and cheese upside down. So cheese on the outside, bread, patty, cheese probably again, bread, cheese. Is that what it's like? Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Hello, friend. Hello to you as well. Thank you for the helpful. I hope you're well. I hope you're healthy. always a pleasure. My South African Rafiki, have a good day. Always a pleasure to have you here as well, my friend. Thank you for being here for as long as you were, I guess, for as long as you were. And thank you. I hope you come again, friend. What is your favorite fruit? My favorite fruit is probably pineapple, friend. Pineapple, kiwi are like strong contenders. They're like in the ring. Like if I have to eat only one fruit for the rest of my life, it would be kiwi. So maybe then kiwi is my favorite, but I don't want to have to choose. So like pineapple and kiwi and mango and some strawberries and some blueberries. Those like bunch stonks. What is your, you losing weight, my mans? Yeah, friend. Yes, I am. I've lost quite a significant amount of fat. And I'm very, very thankful. I've been taking this year very seriously when it comes to my nutrition. And it's been paying off. It's been paying off. Maybe I'll show some progress by the end of the year or something. Sometimes it blows my mind thinking about all the tiny organisms living inside me, almost like my body is in its own contained universe. My friend, that is basically what it is, because you have like trillions of cells, individual little cells that are just like, you know, carrying out these chemical processes. Like, oh yes, I take chemical, I produce, put it out, and then billions and billions and billions of that make you. Like there's so many little individual parts of you, and most of it isn't even you. Like almost, like I think upwards of 80% of you is bacteria, and all of that also gets replaced on like a 10-year cycle, which means you are literally, with your entire what you're made of, not the same person that you were 10 years ago. It's pretty surrealistic, dude, if you think about that stuff. Your own little universe. We're wearing the same shirt as last time. Yeah. You won't believe, but there's this thing called soap and water. Then you like, whoosh, 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 and then you hang it up in the sun. Then you can wear it again. You can wear it again, my friend. Watermelon. Yeah, watermelon is pretty stonks as well. But I feel like there's a watermelon has to be fresh and it has to be really good. Otherwise, like I've had so much watermelon that I was like kind of like I can kind of take it or leave it. But I've not had a lot of pineapple where I was like I can take it or leave it, or a lot of kiwis where I was like I can take it or leave it. You know what I'm trying to say? I think you know what I'm trying to say. I'm treating myself to my morning J, watching your stream. I just got Reddit, and you're the first person I see, and I do not regret it. Are you serious? You just got Reddit, and I'm the first person that you saw? That's an honor, I feel. Like an absolute honor. I hope that I can represent at least a small part of Reddit. I feel Reddit is so diverse and so expansive, and there's so many beautiful people that actually love the same things. So Reddit is amazing. It really is amazing. I'm happy that you're on this platform, friend. Are you puffing anything? I should actually be puffing something, my friend. I can hear some clicking in the background. And I'm kind of curious what is making that clicking sound. Gonna sneeze? Bless me and bless every one of you. Do you have passion fruit there? That was my favorite when I lived in Maui. Ooh. Man, I think there's something in the air again. Probably just some pollen. It's not harmful, buddy.
I know you're meant to protect me from viruses and stuff, but it's fine. It's okay. Because I can feel like my throat is itching as well now. And passion fruit, we do have passion fruit, friend. We actually have, like, passion fruit is like a vine type of plant. So you'll go to some people's houses and they'll have like a bar up against their wall, and then there'll just be passion fruit plant like on that wall, and you can just go and pick some. Passion fruit is really good. Get up and dance. Not just now, friend. I danced this morning. You had to be there, friend. You had to be there. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Ah. Moon's actually out in the middle of the day. Such a surrealistic thing to see for the first time when I was a kid. Because you don't really expect to see the moon in the middle of the day. And it doesn't really make sense to you at first. But it's so profound. We have the biggest moon to the mass and the ratio of our planet. And it's basically been essential to the way that we evolved as human beings. Like, if it wasn't for the moon, there wouldn't be tides, there wouldn't be as much agitation. I feel like it's an essential part of our development as human beings. Man, life is profound. Everything is so beautiful. There's so much life, so much diversity, so much absolute beauty in creation. We just have to take the time sometimes. Just look at a tree. Look at a little animal. Look at yourself. And just notice how much there is. Just how much. It's crazy. Because you can go to any planet. Like, let's say let's say we have the capacity to have a camera, or let's say an eye would be better, that you could teleport to any place in the entire universe. If you teleport that eye literally anywhere in the entire universe, and let's say this eye can have like an amazing like range of sight, so it can like take up a lot of light, you know, see galaxies in the background and stuff. And then you can take this eye, move it to like the surface of a planet, any planet in the entire universe, and that moment right there is going to be a work of art. It's going to be absolutely profoundly beautiful. And you can do that anywhere on Earth as well. There's so many perspectives that we're yet to see. I'm looking forward to seeing all of them. I really am. I do think the stream stopped again, probably. It seems that way. It's okay. Everything is okay. I don't know why it happens, and I also don't know why it just doesn't drop this stream immediately. So I actually know it dropped. But it is what it is. It is what it is. There are so many significantly worse things in the world. It's an interesting technique, stoic technique actually. negative visualization. So basically, visualize something so bad for yourself that you would be grateful to be where you are right now. And it's a very interesting thought experiment that you can play with yourself, and I don't think it's easy to do it, but I do think it's something that has a lot of power, and you can actually do a lot knowing that and living into that. Visualize something very bad for yourself, and then you actually realize how thankful you are to be where you are right now. It is powerful stuff. I'm so thankful, and I want you to know that you should be thankful as well. Being grateful, and the energy of, like, the grateful energy is something that is so fundamental to this universe and so powerful, and we all have the capacity to take up that energy and to express it within ourselves. We have a lot of potential, so much potential. I look forward to us all growing together. I hope to see you again tomorrow, my friends. Goodbye.